Hello everybody. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to be walking everybody through how to make a photonic bit. Doing this, I have posted designs so anybody can print these. That is the size of it. Each one can be wired. They all got the holes for them, and all the parts are all listed and labeled on the publishing. Each one can be wired, so each of these gets a light sensor. They have specific wavelengths and specific functions, but you need to get them that match so they work right. Now, this holds the lights, these hold the sensors. So for every flash that comes from this one, this gets 64 signals. So you're turning one flash into 64. When this is dark and combined, so you can seal them up, you can stack them on top of each other. So the boards go in between or on top, and you can space them out this way. What this allows is you can process information faster. Instead of stuck with a 1 or a 0, each one turns into 64. Now, each of these 64 sensors is wired so it creates a unique individual 8-bit string. That 8-bit string is then passed on to the next processor. Instead of wiring every path from start, I have given lists of chips with processors. They're relatively cheap, and it is so much easier than actually trying to figure out all the new paths and do that yourself. So to simplify that, I used manufacturing processors and stuff like that that are cheap, that people can get. Each processor can handle cryptography, can handle any of your modern day stuff. So each one of these is like having 64 computers. Now you can keep adding and adding. Now how each one plays with the next one is where the public gets to decide. Now I've put this under a non-commercial, non-derivative license, which means it's not for profit. People can't turn this, and the corporations can't use it, but anybody at home can. You can get the sensors and the lights for this for about $20, $30. And then depending on how many lights and how many sensors you want and how many more chips you want, depends on the price. This is the size that we sacrifice for not giving to commercial. Commercial can probably make this a lot smaller, but for non-commercial use, this works. In this, lights can be made to blink at any wavelength, color, speed, and they can be programmed this way. So whenever we do this, it's going to be, we control these lights, we control the wavelengths, we control what speed, we control how they work. And each one creates 64 different unique signals. So what we're doing is we're multiplying. It's almost like thinking of instead of a bit where we get two possibilities for every bit we do, this gives us comparative. If one bit gives us either a 1 or a 0, and this gives us 86 times 8 1s and 0s, that's the difference. This will become 64 computers in one. And a normal bit can't do that. You have to do it one process at a time. And now this isn't really what I would consider a quantum computer. Quantum deals with quantum particles and stuff like that. This is a photonic bit, which means it works at the speed of light. As fast as the light gets to it, that's how fast it works. It serves the same function. So instead of measuring different spots on a piece, a particle, what you're doing is you're getting all signals at once. Now, how you mix these signals in real time or what you do with them as they're coming out is completely up to you, which means you can process this in an infinite number of ways. I'm starting with this because I ordered all a new order of parts first, these things that are specific for this. Since I need to print 1,000 of these, I figured I'd start with this and get this one out of the way. It is a very simple thing that we're overcomplicating. And by looking at it from a 2D perspective versus a 3D perspective, we're not going one at a time. We're doing multiple at once. And that's really where this is different. Now, I'm going to share the link for the publishings of this. Anybody can download and 3D print. Now, you can also do it in a multiple different ways. You can only have 3, like a normal qubit does now. They have 3 magic numbers that you use to do all that. This has 64 different possibilities. What people do with it is going to be up to them. I would recommend that all share whatever you develop under the same license. This license only stops corporations from using it. It stops people from taking this design, changing like one of the things or doubling the bits and trying to repatent it and blocking people. Personally, anybody can make this and anybody can use this. How you use it and how you put them together is going to be completely up to you. So I share this with everybody. This cannot be used for commercial purposes. You can't use derivatives of it, and you can't do that. But personally, you can use it however you want. We just can't. It's not for profit. That's not why I'm doing this. I am making this for a climate model of mine, and I needed more processing power for certain things, and this was the best way to do this, is to go in this order. I will keep posting more of this stuff and get more into the explanations. For now, you can print one of these and look at it yourself and kind of understand. All the holes are in here, so you can already get your wires in. You can already wire it, and it'll hold all your little sensors already. I will post more once these things come in and we can start assembling them and putting them all together. So good luck, and I hope all can use it.